Hey, what's up, guys? It's Aaron, 2 Minute Tech. Hopefully all the audio and video looks good. I'm doing a little live stream here with OBS and my Canon Rebel SL2 with the cam link, so a little new to the whole process. So if you can hear me and everything sounds good, let me know. The last time I did one of these, it was actually a little bit quiet on the microphone, so I'm trying to use a little bit of the effect built into OBS. So if the audio is low, let me know. That way I can kind of make any adjustments. So thank you, Joe and Moloko, for jumping in already. I appreciate y'all being here. And we'll get this thing started here in just a minute. No recycle bin today. Cool. Thank you, Moloko. Audio is okay, though, on your end. There's nothing like... Last time it was like really way too quiet as far as the audio went. But at this point in time, looks like it's okay. A little bit of a lag. I can probably make some adjustments. The last time I was also at the standpoint that... my video was at like 360, so it's hopefully looking pretty good here. Hopefully, broadcasting in 1080p. I am down in the basement, but hopefully the Google Fiber here can support it. But Dapper Dop, what's going on, my friend? How are you, man? Thank you for jumping on the chat. I suppose I should maybe do a little shout out on Twitter here, let everybody know that I'm actually going live. I wasn't sure if Recycle Bin was going to go, so at least I don't have to worry about running into the John Prosser pre-show there. That would have been no bueno. Awesome. Charles Sims in the chat. Hello, thank you. Yeah, definitely excited. I mean, today obviously was a pretty crazy day. For just going through the front page tech process of applying for Creator of Awesomeness and going through, when I wasn't sure if I submitted, would they actually see it? Would they receive it? Would they like it? I submitted actually on Sunday and didn't have any response. I assumed that they viewed because I had it pretty locked down so I could see when one view came through. And I was like, oh, man, I bet John watched. So definitely got... that sent out to those guys on Sunday, and then didn't hear anything, didn't see any follows on Twitter or anything like that, and was a little nervous. I was like, tell my wife, I was like, okay, so like every Friday for the next year, I'm probably going to be sorely disappointed. So it was definitely a huge surprise about 11:30 last night to see that they actually did select me for Creator of Awesomeness. So pretty outstanding. So Paul, how's it going, man? Good to see you in the chat. Thank you. Hopefully it is looking good. Yeah. So I did have out on Twitter a little hashtag Ask2MT or 2 Minute Tech. So there were a couple questions that popped through. I'm sure that we'll kind of add a few more people to the stream here as we go. But just kind of looking through some of those questions. The first question that I had came through from unnamed review guy. Asking opinions on Oppo Find X and Vivo Nex in the future smartphones. For those of y'all that have kind of been here since, before I gained over 1,000 subscribers last night, I don't really do a whole lot around smartphones. However, I am pretty opinionated, but I don't do a lot of smartphone reviews, that sort of thing. So for those that don't know, I am an iPhone 10 user. I love my iPhone. I've been an iPhone user for a really long time. So I guess the main question of what do I think of this new generation of totally bezel-less phones, or phones with pop-up cameras and things like that. And I think we're definitely in a transition period. Anything that has a motorized pop-up camera on it, I think is inherently going to be a bad idea. I mean, as you know, we've continued to go more and more down the path of trying to remove any physical buttons or switches in these types of devices and moving to more solid state material. Anything that can pop up or fail mechanically probably will, especially when it's going in and out of your pocket, dealing with water or dust or whatever the case may be. And one of the things that's cool about these phones that are kind of pushing the edge in the terms of like the Vivo or the Oppo is they're really kind of trying to push to the bleeding edge of what they can do with the technology. But I don't think they necessarily would have the infrastructure to support those devices. So, they may put out a really cool phone. It may be super duper interesting, but when it does inevitably fail because it's got moving parts on it, what do you do? Do you ship it back? Where do you ship it to? What's the turnaround time and repair look like? So I really kind of question for those particular manufacturers, like how they're going to support the devices after they sell, which I know in John's last video last week here, definitely talked about the fact that, you know, they may not even sell in the US. So overall, I think they're cool. I think they're a novelty. I think it's nice for these people to kind of put out different ideas into the system to see what could come with some of the bigger players. But as of right now, anything with a mechanical movement on it, I think is just generally a bad idea. So thank you, unnamed review guy. He is part of, we've got like kind of a nice little Twitter community out there, which, you know, unnamed is definitely part of. So if y'all aren't following on Twitter, definitely check me out there. It's 2minute_tech on Twitter. Again, appreciate all the new followers on here. If you could hit me up on Twitter there, do a lot more talking about those types of things. So cool. So, Dap, you're saying it's looking pretty choppy on the video, is that right? Viper's in the house. What's going on, Viper? How are you, man? Paul's saying to turn down the bitrate on the next stream, so it's looking pretty choppy, huh? Gotcha. Yeah, Dap, 1.4 thousand subs, man. That's pretty insane. So definitely, you know, been doing YouTube since February, just starting out. It took almost 3 months to get to the first 100 subscribers. And then it was definitely moving pretty quick. You know, a lot quicker than I thought. I kind of had a goal in a year to maybe get to 1,000. That was like a 12 months. If I could hit 1,000 subscribers, that would be pretty incredible. And, you know, Creator of Awesomeness definitely kind of crushed that goal. So, I mean, obviously I can't say thank you enough to John and Brian at Front Page Tech. Definitely moved that way faster than I anticipated to be able to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. And realistically, like I've got 1,400 subscribers right now. I had less than 300. So over 1,000 subscribers in less than 24 hours is beyond my wildest dreams. So man, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. So, all right, let's see. We got a few other folks. Moloko, again, thank you for being here. Let me know it is looking a little bit choppy. Last time I was doing a live stream again, my audio was super duper low, like really hard to hear. So if I've got any clipping going on or if the audio is too low, let me know. I can kind of adjust it right here on the Focusrite 2i2. Yeah, Charles Sims, great question. How do you put a case on the phone camera that pops up? Definitely, I think in the case of the you know, the one where the whole entire body slides up, I don't really know if you can do much of a case of that. You might be looking more at like a D brand skin or something like that. On the one, maybe you could cut out on the Vivo. You could maybe cut out a little notch. I do think it's super interesting. You know, the video that John had on Friday, just talking about is it a malfunction or is this just generally when you give permission to an app to use your camera? Is it just randomly checking in on you? Is it taking pictures? Are they trying to capture face data? Are they then turning around and selling that data to the highest bidder? Definitely raised a lot of questions, I think, that, you know, a lot of people are going to have to answer to. So I won't be surprised to see maybe some official announcements come out from some of the larger players as to what they allow for software people to do inside the App Store. Obviously, that's a little more regulated from one App Store to the next, but definitely something to really be concerned about for sure. So let's see. Maliko's saying it is super choppy on here, so I do apologize, guys. Jackson, thank you for stopping in the chat, man. Jackson Hayes came over from FPT, small YouTuber like you, subbed. I appreciate it. In addition to some of the tech reviews, I do some different videos on, you know, my camera that I use or the setup or some of my YouTube workflow. I know a lot of people that hop into the live stream. You are creators yourselves. So the small creator community in YouTube is extremely, extremely strong. So again, if you hit me up over on Twitter, if there's anything I can do to help, if you like the way my stuff looks, if you have questions, like please, by all means, let me know. There's a really strong community of folks on there that are creating and connecting and helping each other out. And we're always discussing like how can we expand that community. So by all means, Jackson, hop over onto Twitter and let's connect. Let's see what's happening out there, man. I'll definitely check out your channel. So thank you. Viper, what's up? What's up? Tech Time's in the house. Thank you for the congratulation on Creator Awesomeness. Definitely, again, super unexpected to get all of the new subscribers and all the folks here in the stream. I will say, you know, looking at live stream for YouTube, just to kind of talk on that for a minute. Again, this is my second time, so if the video is super choppy where you're at, I do apologize for that. I'll have to adjust the bitrate on the next stream here, or if anyone knows how I could maybe do that live without wrecking the stream, I'm just using regular OBS, no Streamlabs, nothing like that. So maybe I can make some adjustments if you know how to do that midstream. But you know, one of the concerns that I've had just kind of on my YouTube channel, the 2-minute tech thing, for anyone that knows and has looked into kind of the YouTube algorithm, they definitely favor watch time. So they want, it seems that YouTube wants for your viewers to stay on the platform as long as possible, which makes sense, so they can continue to serve ads. So one of the big concerns that I had with my channel with 2 Minute Tech was the fact that I make 2-minute long review videos. So my watch time is pretty significantly low, I would say, compared to some of the other tech YouTubers out there. It seems like 8 to 10 minutes is about that range where people like to have their videos sit, and I'm coming in at 2 to 3 minutes. So looking at live streaming, I was actually having a conversation with Roger over at Life of Tech about, what are some things that we could do or that I could do creatively to try to increase my amount of view time. And definitely live streaming is one of those ways. The first live stream I did, which is down in the channel down below, somewhere in the videos there, was my first Q&A video. Was definitely able to kind of expand view time, even though there was, maybe 10 to 15 people that popped in. It was something that definitely added some review time. So if anyone knows anything about YouTube monetization, which again, if you're in it for monetization, you're in it for the wrong reason. But I will say that, hitting those 1,000 subscribers in a day, got me halfway there, but you also need 4,000 hours of view time to reach YouTube monetization for ads. And so definitely still a long way out. But I did think, reaching out to John, reaching out to Front Page Tech, hitting the community, maybe an opportunity that I could get back some of that view time, and especially through things like live stream. So definitely got very, very, very lucky to be able to have John reach out and feature me for Front Page Tech. I mean, really, in the video, he talked about, trying to change this guy's life. Like, truly, like, talking to my wife today, like, this is definitely a life-changing type experience. So for those of y'all that are on the live stream that are small creators and you haven't submitted to Creative Awesomeness, like, you need to do it. I definitely put it off for a long time. Like, I don't have enough videos, or I don't like my B-roll, or I don't like this, or I need to improve that. Kind of coming up with a million excuses as to why I wasn't quite ready to do it. Finally, one day I was like, you know what? Like, I've just got to get it out there and see what happens. And immediately, John turned around and featured me. So I can't say thank you enough to John and to Brian and to everybody in the community out there. Like, sincerely, thank you so much for watching Front Page Check and then turning around and checking me out, man. I really appreciate it. My Project 13's in the house. So again, like, looking through some of the creators here, there are a lot of creators in the stream right now. So I know once we kind of get a live stream going, we kind of start moving through and everyone starts to talk to each other. My Project 13 has got an amazing channel. I think you're almost doing daily videos out there. So if you haven't checked him out, definitely check out My Project 13. Dapper Dop in the house. Man, Dapper has some absolutely fresh, crispy looking videos. Really great A-roll, really great B-roll. I believe you shoot on a G7 if I'm not mistaken. Put up a video today that was really fantastic, just around how to get slider-like shots for your B-roll just using a pretty inexpensive tripod. So really cool hack there, really good tip. So if you haven't checked that channel out, definitely check out Dapper Dop. He's fantastic. Lover of Tech is in the house. Man, my first live stream, I had no chance of even remotely being able to complete if it wasn't for Lover of Tech, man. So Benjamin, good to see you on the stream, man. I appreciate you so much for helping me out that first time around. But again, y'all, if we haven't checked each other out, again, this is the community right here. Everyone that's in this live stream, a lot of the folks that are here are creators. This is a great place to network. Viper's in the house. Obviously, one of the first people I ever saw that went to Creative Awesomeness was Viper. Man, I think, like, God, was it like February? No, it would have been maybe March. Viper put together a collab video of some of the YouTubers that he thought weren't getting enough credit. And Viper featured me on his channel back then, and we've been connecting ever since. So, man, I mean, if you're just starting out, if you're considering just getting started out, do it. Get on it. Start today. Make something. Get it out there. Because the community, you would think it would be competitive. It's not at all. It's beyond supportive. It's pretty amazing, really. I mean, there's about 25 people that are in the Twitter there. In the little squad that we've got going, and man, it's anything you need to know, any questions you have, if you want to collab, like, it's all out there for you. You just gotta be willing to put yourself out and take a risk and put yourself on camera, and good things can happen, man. Absolutely. Krista White, hello, how are you? I think I saw you, Krista, a couple times on some of the Recycle Bin chats. So I really appreciate you coming by and appreciate the sub, Krista. It's good to see you out there. Tech for Your Needs in the house. Hello. Tech Time in the house. Thank you for stopping by. Definitely appreciate y'all. Again, I'm doing any questions y'all may have. So if anybody has any questions for Aaron, 2 Minute Tech, by all means, drop them here in the live chat, and definitely be willing to chat about whatever thing you guys maybe want to discuss. So squad up from Viper. Techno Meme YouTube. Holy crap, bro. Growing fast. Hope that continues. Me too. It was actually Travis McP. If y'all haven't checked out Travis, I was on a couple of his live streams here in the past couple of days. We were actually discussing on Friday night, right before the video dropped from Front Page Tech with Creator Awesomeness, we were discussing the fact that I was telling Travis, hey man, you should apply. You know, a lot of the folks in our community have gotten set up and, you know, seen some pretty awesome growth from that. We're just kind of talking about, you know, how crazy it would be, blah, 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 blah. And I got off the live stream, and then literally like 15 minutes later, the video dropped, and there I was. And so, you know, Travis and I were chatting today a little bit about this community, this squad, just how incredible it is. You know, I know there's a lot of people talking about YouTube and what's happening with YouTube and the demonetization, and everybody, you know, Instagram TV is a thing now, and are people going to be, you know, leaving the YouTube platform? And really, I think YouTube does kind of bind everybody. But I think realistically, if you've got a camera and something to say, I mean, it feels weird to say that I'm a creator, but like I make videos, you know? And so I think the creator community that's out there and the willingness to support and help, again, you would think it's super competitive, but man, it's not. Like, absolutely, like there are plenty of people out there that want to see you be successful at it. Really good example, I don't think he's on right now, but Scott Sattler. Man, Scott is like literally, if you've got a YouTube channel, I think Scott is there. I think he's commenting on your stuff, he's watching your stuff, and he just dropped his first video, which is all about how he's going through giving up smoking. So, you know, check out Scott, show him some love. He's always been there to support all of us. But man, I mean, that first video, I think I probably spent a month just putting it together. Like, what's my artwork going to look like? What's my camera going to look like? Like, just so worried about what it was going to look like. And realistically, like when you can break the seal, so to speak, and just get on there, man, amazing things can happen, and this community will pick you up. And I would say, like, if you're a creator and you're not on Twitter, you got to get on Twitter. I've seen a lot of folks with YouTube channels that have reached out to me through Instagram or other places that don't have a presence on Twitter. Get on Twitter. Man, killer things can happen on Twitter. Malako, question. We've got, when is your birthday? Malako, is the question here, how old am I, or when my birthday is? My birthday is coming up. My birthday is August 26th. And I am an old guy. I was born in 1979, so I will be 39 this year, which a lot of people, I appreciate, usually think that that's not necessarily the case, but clean living, folks. Clean living. So thank you for the question, Malako. Any other questions that y'all may have, please, by all means, drop them in the chat. Again, I'm sorry if the video is a little bit choppy. Again, if anyone knows how I can maybe correct that in stream, midstream, let me know, and we'll make that happen. Timo Tech, Michigan in the house. Timo, I don't know where you're from, man, but I'm kind of on the outskirts here. I'm out in Howell. But, you know, originally from Indiana, so I'm a Michigan transplant, so I'm still getting the hang of it. I definitely, you know, I grew up coming up here in the winters with my dad. We used to go snowmobiling up, I don't know, the Michigan thing, like somewhere up in this area, but way up north, but definitely always grew up loving Michigan, and now I live here. I never thought I would live here, and I do, and it's pretty great. So if you like anything outdoorsy, I was actually telling my wife today, we went and had lunch out by the lake. There's literally a lake that's like not even like 2 miles away from my house. I think I went to a lake maybe like 10 times in my entire life living in Indiana, because there's just no water anywhere. Like, I went to Indiana Beach a couple times, which is a beautiful Lake Schaefer. But man, that's forever ago. So just to be able to like go out and go hike, go out in the woods, or, you know, hit up the lake or go boating, like Michigan's fantastic. So nothing but good things to say about Michigan. Let's see. Krista, can't miss Recycle Bin. You know, I was worried that Recycle Bin was going to be on tonight, so, you know, bummer that they're not out tonight. I can tell you, man, the pre-show and the post-show on Recycle Bin are everything. So if you are in the stream right now and you've been watching the Recycle Bin episode after the fact, you need to change your life around to be present during the pre-show and the post-show on Recycle Bin. The stuff that they go into, the ability to connect with John and Brian, I mean, mean, you know, a couple weeks ago they had Roberto Blake on. Like, that's insane. Like, pulling Roberto Blake in to answer your questions as a creator, that was amazing. Last week, the post show, man, I cannot remember the fellow's name. Barnacles, I think. I'd never heard of the guy before. But man, that show was phenomenal. So I definitely, you know, followed him on Twitter, followed him on YouTube, kind of started to go through his back catalog. But man, the pre-show and post-show on Recycle Bin is everything. So if you've just been checking it out after the fact, you are sorely missing out. Again, not on tonight from what I understand. If that changes, someone let me know so I can cut this short, because I will be on the in the chat there for every Recycle Bin going forward that I can make it to. So by all means, let me know. Let's see. How is everyone enjoying YouTube Premium from Life of Tech? So, sorry, Lover of Tech. You know, Ben, I would say, man, I mean, I've got Apple Music that I pay for. I've got Spotify that I pay for because, you know, I've got a lot of Amazon Echoes in the house, and I've got a lot of Spotify speakers, or Sonos speakers in the house. So I've got that Spotify subscription as well. So I'm pretty pumped about the YouTube music aspect of Premium, because that's another streaming service that I get to play around with that I don't have to pay for, which is pretty great. So far, I know I've seen a lot of people really, really loving it. I think it's okay, you know. Realistically, like, the reason why I'm doing 3 music services right now is it's the voice control stuff. So like when I'm in my car and I've got my iPhone, I'm using Apple Music most of the time. If I'm at home, you know, I've got all my Sonos stuff linked through the Amazon through Spotify, and then sometimes I dabble in the YouTube Premium. But I was a Red user before, so I haven't seen ads in like a year. So yeah, if you weren't doing YouTube Red and you needed the push to do YouTube Premium, like no ads, the fact that you can get YouTube Music, like, you need to get on that. Like, it's an insane value right now coming from YouTube. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else has anything that they're using outside of that. I don't know if anybody's used Tidal. Is that still a thing? You know, hit up down in the comments below. We can kind of talk about it a little bit. Techno Meme. I'm sorry, Living Dadly. Ed, what's up, man? How are you? Here's another creator, y'all. If you haven't checked out Living Dadly, definitely go check out his channel. Ed is putting out some really great content, kind of from the perspective of being a dad. I know, like, being a dad is a super important thing to Ed. It is to me as well. So definitely a really, really great channel. Good content from Ed, who's just started out recently. I think maybe just what, like 4 months ago, Ed? I think you've been on the platform creating content. So yeah, glad to see you on here, man. If you haven't checked him out, Living Dadly, go check him out. But Techno Meme, I don't get Insta TV. You know what? Ah, man, Viper, I know you've had a couple videos out about Instagram TV or IGTV. I haven't put a video out yet. I know Ben, Lover of Tech, I know you've been killing out there with IGTV. I know Paul's also got some killer content. I know John Prosser's got some action on IGTV as well. I haven't put anything up there yet. I've shot some stuff in vertical. Actually, I went to a Detroit Tigers game this weekend, so I shot some kind of like really super, like 240 frames a second video of Detroit. And then I'm actually considering doing a little bit of different content there that's a little bit more in tutorial how-to, especially when it comes to maybe like productivity or anything with smartphone stuff. But I did buy a DJI Osmo Mobile 2, like literally today. I just bought it. I was playing around with it to try and get the vertical video thing down. So I had an Osmo 1, didn't really care for it, but with the Osmo 2, you can flip that camera up into vertical video mode. So I think they kind of knew what they were doing out there at DJI with that piece of tech. So I will do a review on that coming up here this week, but I'll get some content shot for IGTV with that. I'm thinking probably just using my front-facing camera on the iPhone 10 with the Osmo 2, and then maybe grabbing like an H1 from Zoom with a lapel mic or something like that for audio. So I know I'm gonna play around with it. I know Ben, Lover of Tech, on his Twitter, if you check him out, he's been going absolutely ham with trying to figure out his setup with his Sony camera, as far as you know, he's got a cage, he's got a microphone, and that doesn't have the articulating screen on the camera. So I mean, there's a lot going on with that, Ben, but also doing some pretty heavy stress tests as far as temperature, because I know the A6300 has had some overheating issues. So if you haven't checked that out, like, definitely check out what he's got going on over there. So definitely. Oh man, Front Page Tech in the house. Been taking the day off, swimming and stuff, relaxing after a rough week of production. Saw I was live and wanted to stop in and say hi. Keep kicking ass. John or Brian or whoever is on the Front Page Tech thank you. Not just for you know the 1,000+ subs, but thank you for everything. I mean, the Creator Awesomeness program in general, a lot of creators are benefiting from that. Definitely, you know, again, tons of creators on the live stream. If you haven't submitted, submit. I know John on Twitter, you pointed out a couple people who had submitted and retracted. Man, get your application in there and do your best work, and good things can happen. You know, I would just say, I mean, aside from the Creator Awesomeness program, I mean, the videos, as far as, you know, there's been some videos I've seen, John, that you've done as far as, you know, how to approach your audio, how to edit your audio. Hopefully my audio here doesn't suck entirely, because I'm trying to apply some of those techniques here in OBS. But man, you know, a lot of value coming out of there. I've actually tried out a few of the older videos that you had as well, to try and kind of up my content quality and to really kind of look at the business side of YouTube. The 1,000+ you know, subs that I got today from Creator of Awesomeness is only going to help me get there faster. So thank you so much for Creator of Awesomeness, for the program in general, for everything you've done for the whole community, for all the value you provide on Twitter. You know, again, I was letting everyone know, if they're not in the pre-show or the post-show recycle bin, to get there, because there is so much knowledge shared in those segments. So sincerely, thank you so much. And thanks for coming to the live stream, man. It's an honor to have you here. All right, TV Tech in the house. Thank you for subscribing today. I really appreciate that. You know, Ben, best advice about Twitter and engagement. Man, the engagement on Twitter is insane, man. If you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Absolutely. Again, y'all, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. You know, aside from being interested in technology stuff, I do a lot of fantasy football, do a lot of, you know, management and leadership and things like that. So anything productivity related, I like to talk about that as well. But pretty much anything y'all want to talk about, y'all let me know. And Techno Meme saying I look younger than 39. You're my new best friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Moliko saying I'm way younger. Thank you. I work around a lot of teenagers a lot. So, you know, 18, 19, 20, 21 keeps me youthful. Somebody card me. Oh, Timo Tech, you're down in A2, man. For those that don't know, A2 is Ann Arbor. So Ann Arbor is an awesome town, man. Fantastic. Yes, Ed, old men do make videos too. I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind in the chat, y'all, so I'm trying to get caught up here. But Ben, you know, respect for John and Front Page Tech. Absolutely, man, for sure. Ben, you were down in Michigan a while ago. Ed asking, what are my goals going forward? So again, you know, when I started the YouTube channel from the beginning, my goal was to put up 12 videos in the first year. That was my original goal. So I think, you know, when you're starting, a lot of it, you know, comes down to, well, what's my niche going to be? What's my channel going to be? I actually started the channel under just my name, Aaron O'Malley, and then transitioned into the 2-Minute Tech kind of brand pretty early on. But you know, my main goal there was just to get 12 videos. I didn't want to put too much pressure on. I thought one a month, considering it took me so long to get that first video together. I thought if I could do 12 videos this year, I'd be really happy. I never really started with a subscriber goal or a monetization goal or anything like that. I just, you know, I really love technology. Like when you make a list of like, hey, what are the things that I love and what are the things that I'm the most passionate about? You know, technology has always been number one for me, like ever since I was a kid. So, you know, in general, just thinking about like what was the initial goal, it was to just get started and to create content around something I loved. In the back of your head, I think there is always that thought of like, well, maybe, you know, I've watched enough Think Media and Sean Cannell videos to think that maybe I could do like Amazon affiliates and someone might buy, you know, a little smartphone stand that I review or something like that. And maybe in 10 years or something, like I could get to a point where I could transition to doing this full time. Or realistically thinking, you know, by starting something with a camera and getting comfortable with the camera, maybe other work could come from that, you know, on the side. And which today actually I shared on my Instagram, which is _2minute_tech on Instagram as well. Shared a couple of pictures where I actually did a little bit of pro bono work for a local business here. So shooting some videos, shooting some photos. You know, I think Roberto Blake talks about this a lot, that when you want to get started, a lot of times you got to do the work free and start to build that portfolio. So kind of starting to branch out and do some of that stuff on the side as well. It's like if you're going to invest $1,000 in a camera, then you better be doing something with it other than making YouTube videos. That's kind of how I feel. So I'm trying to kind of branch out that way as well and build a little bit of portfolio. I definitely, you know, for those of y'all that are creators, I think the marketing aspect of YouTube is really, really interesting. Like I've always been in sales and I've always been into marketing and branding, and marketing a YouTube channel and dealing with analytics and the back end. And man, there's so much that goes into creating a YouTube video and a channel and a brand and managing all of that. As you all know, if you're really trying to take it seriously, you know how many different hats you have to wear when you're making YouTube videos. But I think like, kind of branching out beyond that, what would my goals be going forward? I think, I was talking with JD from JD Talks Tech. I think that's the name of the channel. Yeah, I don't know, JD. Hey, sorry if I don't know the name of the channel right now. I'm a little fried from staying up too late last night. But we were talking about opportunities that may happen when you get to 1,000 subscribers, or opportunities that may happen when you get to 10,000 subscribers. So I think like with the momentum from all y'all coming on and meeting me today for the first time, I think 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, 12-month period. I'd say that would be a goal. But realistically, like my goal is just to keep getting better. For each video, like I want my B-roll to get better. I want my audio to be better. I want my A-roll to be better. I want my script or my content to be better. I want to have and share more opinions. I think opinions win on YouTube. I've done a lot of videos where it's like, here's the specs. Someone on the front page tech video wrote, as far as the type of channel where you're reviewing products, where you're just saying, hey, this is how many USB ports that computer has. I don't think that's where I want to take the channel in the future. I think I want to share more opinion-based information about the product and feelings. And so I've got a few of those out already, like where I definitely tore down TP-Link and their Casa Cam just a couple videos ago. I did have one in the can for a light from Hue that is absolute garbage, and I've tried to shoot that video 3 times and I cannot. I can't do it without just being mean. So, and I love Hue. I've got a million Hue lights, but definitely something to be concerned about is you don't want to damage your brand by being too extreme, but you want to find that nice balance. So I'd say those are some of the goals going forward, just to keep getting better and to see where that takes me, Ed. Thank you for the question. And if y'all have questions, drop them down. I'll try to get to them. I try to be not so long-winded with the questions so we can kind of get through the chat here. But Ben saying YouTube Premium is more than okay. The music side, but the no ads. The download off, the download offline is pretty crazy. Like I never really dabbled on that, but I definitely downloaded the front page tech episode for this week with Creator of Awesomeness. That's the first one I ever downloaded. So Get Good Reviews in the house. Another creator on here, Get Good Reviews. If you haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. Putting out some fantastic stuff. 2 months ago, Get Good, I did have 250 subscribers. That is the John Prosser effect. So, oh man, good stuff. Yeah, and Lover of Tech, you have been building just an absolute beast of an A6300 on IGTV. Living Dadly Ed asking if I'm thinking of doing any phone reviews in the future. Again, man, the phone space is so crowded, and I think eventually I will get to the point to where I review phones, but as of right now, let's be realistic, like smartphones is where it's at. That's where most of the views, most of the eyeballs, most of the attention on YouTube or other platforms. It's just broad, I mean, some people have nice computers or laptops, some people have tablets, but everyone has a phone, Almost everyone has a smartphone. And everyone's really kind of right now, I think, looking for that what's next. And obviously a lot of companies are trying to get there. So I do think smartphone in the future will happen. I know in the last live stream, I think I was asked by Mr. West. If you haven't checked him out, check out Mr. West. Whether or not I think I could do a smartphone review in under 2 minutes. And realistically, I would just do like 5 reviews of the same phone on individual features to hit that 2-minute window still. So I can make it happen. But I think in the future I may do smartphones, but would definitely be a little ways out. Yeah, and Dapper Dop is on here talking about the power of Twitter. So again, y'all, if you're not on Twitter, get on Twitter. Let's see. Oh, nice. Roger, Life of Tech is in here. Thank you for the congratulations, man. I can tell you again, talking about Twitter, Roger and I have some absolute marathon DM conversations. I mean, there's not a nicer, like more genuine dude out there than Roger from Life of Tech. So again, man, the opportunities to network and to connect with people. And I mean, if you're on YouTube and you're creating, man, like why not? Like why not really get that personal one-to-one connection with somebody or a group of folks to be able to, to bounce off ideas off, I can tell you, I just want to like branch off real quick onto something that I've been thinking a lot about, and that's feedback. Man, if you are creating content and you aren't getting feedback on that content, seek it out. I can tell you part of the reason why, if you watch my channel over the past 5 months, you know, go from filming on an iPhone 10 to where it's at now, in terms of production quality, that sort of thing. A lot of that has come from feedback, not just from the folks on YouTube, but from folks in my personal life that I work with, or things like that, where, you know, people will say, hey, you're saying the word like too much. Or I got feedback on my audio a long time ago where it was like, man, your audio levels are way too low. What do you know about compression? What do you know about limiters or things like that? So, you know, feedback on my thumbnails from people who aren't even really on YouTube. You know, people talking about I need to make my titles a little bit more clickbaity or whatever the case may be. So I would just say, like, feedback is super, super duper important, and like getting specific feedback is important. Like hearing people say like your content's good or the audio is good, that's nice. But I think like if you feel like there's a piece of your channel, or like maybe my B-roll is not that crisp, or maybe I need to approach my thumbnails differently, get on Twitter, connect with other creators, find out like people that are doing stuff really well, and see if you can approach them and ask them for actual really specific negative feedback. And I know when you're putting yourself out there a lot, it can be scary to get negative feedback. Like you only want to hear good things, you want that affirmation. But man, I can tell you, like, you will go so much farther, so much faster if you seek out like real unbiased negative feedback on things that you can improve. Not like mean feedback or hurtful or troll feedback, but the type of feedback that's constructive and comes from a place of love, which honestly, you know I've got a lot of that from Roger and talking about our channels. Like, hey man, you know, maybe I could improve this. Oh, there's a guy I work with who's a photographer. I was talking about my B-roll, and there's one shot that I got in one of my old videos, and he talked to me about elevating the product and like kind of lifting it up off the table and getting that overhead shot, and how that's going to like add just a really nice blurry bokeh background to all of the stuff that my product is sitting on. Man, that shot that I got from talking with him just completely blew my mind. Like, that was what really started the fire to try and make my B-roll look as good as possible. And it came from feedback. So if you're out there, you're creating, you're not on Twitter, you're not getting feedback, or the feedback you're getting is super general, like it's really great, it's really good, find someone who's willing to give you like straight up, like unbiased, unfiltered feedback, and that will help you more than anything else. And if you feel like you don't know that person or you can't find that person, like, I will be that person. Reach out to me on Twitter, 2minute_tech. I will give you my opinion, my feedback. It may be, you know, it'll be positive or negative, but it will be specific. And if you want to know something specific, like, hey, how was my audio? Was my mic clipping? Did I have plosives? Like, whatever you want to know specifically, like, hit me up. I would love to give you feedback and help you get better. And I don't mean to be like pretentious or presumptuous and think that I could necessarily know, but man, the more opinions you can get, the better. So get that feedback, y'all. It will make you go from 0 to 100 so much faster. Let's check it out. Back to the live stream here with the chat. Kind of going through. Let's see. Front page tech man saying I earned it. Don't just feature don't feature anybody. Pick me up for a reason. The credibility's on the line when they promote a creator. I'm a breath of fresh air in tech. That's crazy, man. That's cool. Yeah. A little speechless. I mean, again, when you're creating and you're putting stuff out there, and you are improving and you are working at it, it's weird to know what really incredible creators actually think. And someone who, you know, like the Front Page Tech Show, or like John or Brian, someone that's putting out such a high quality product, not just from a production standpoint, but just from the, I mean, yeah, John, you're always right. I know it's like a running joke that you're always right, but realistically, like, your analysis, the humor, the production value, to hear you say anything positive for me, man, that's a huge compliment. So thank you. Tech for your needs. The best lesson that I've learned in being a YouTuber, networking. I know that's maybe kind of general, but realistically, I don't know if it's because I'm like 39, almost 40, gonna be 40 in like 2 years, but if it's a generational thing or what. But I'm definitely the type of person that for the most part, I will put my head down and bang it against the wall until I figure it out. And generally speaking, like, you will get a lot farther, a lot faster, again, back to that feedback, if you reach out to people and try to build relationships and learn from others. It's kind of like one of my Achilles heel is the fact that I will try to just beat it and to and to smack it. I will try to just absolutely figure it out and take that whole puzzle apart until I put it back together again. And it may take me 6 months, where if I just had a conversation with somebody, they could have shared their learns in a week, and I would have been way farther ahead. So that's some of that's the Irish stubbornness there. I've got the O apostrophe in the last name, but I would say that one thing that I've learned from being a YouTuber is that, like, connecting with other people that are doing the same thing you are, and seeking out that feedback and seeking out that community and promoting other people. Again, Viper is renowned for this. I don't know if we've got Jeff from El Jefe reviews on here, but man, Jeff is the king of, if you put a video out and you are like connecting with Jeff on Twitter, he will promote the crap out of you, man. Having that conversation with Travis McP, man, Jeff is on another level with what he brings. I mean, Jeff has his own community, man. Like, it's part of the Front Page Tech community, but Jeff is just legitimately, compassionate, caring, amazing dude. So he does a ton of headphone reviews. They're super in depth. They're really, really great. El Jefe reviews. Check him out. Hopefully he'll pop in the stream here. If anyone could reach out to him, man, I'd love to have Jeff on here, because the dude is legit, Viper. Like, Jeff is legit. Let's see. Back to the chat. Ice Ninja Plays. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being on here, man. Okay, so Life of Tech Roger has a question. When are we gonna collab? Yes, I think we could create something awesome, Roger. I have an idea for a collab that I was talking with a couple folks about last night. It's kind of more of a YouTube tagger type collab. Like, you see like the Ice Bucket Challenge, or when someone, I don't know, the Lemon Challenge out a while ago, where you challenge someone else to create a video. It's kind of in that vein, trying to create something a little bit more viral in the small YouTube community. So I've got some ideas. Hit me up on Twitter. If you're not adding me there, 2minute_tech on Twitter, add me there. I'll add you back and we can chat about it. But I want to open this up to the whole community to take part in. But I've definitely got an idea for that type of collab. And then, yeah, Roger, absolutely, I will collaborate with you anytime. We did a collab on El Jefe reviews, and I was terrified to be on the same video stream as you, because I used to play music. I still do. I've got guitars in the background here and there, but there's the A/B test, right? So when you put one thing next to another thing and compare them directly, things that may look good can totally turn around and look like crap. And so I was terrified to be in that with you, Roger, because you are Lord Crispy Absolute. So, but yes, hit me up. We'll collab. Let's see. And speaking of which, you do have one on the way, so I can't wait to see your next video, man. Let's see. Dapper Dop, hopping off, Wyke Sick. Hey, man, take care of your wife, bro. I appreciate you hopping on the stream, man. And I know I got a collab on the way at some point in time with Dop that we've been working on for a while. So definitely stay tuned. If you haven't checked out Dapper Dop's channel, let's do that. Aaron Wilhelm is in the house. Aaron, what's up, man? Thank you for hopping on the live stream, man. I appreciate you. Again, Aaron Wilhelm, another one of those awesome small creators. If you haven't checked him out, he's in the stream. Go check out his channel. Give him a sub. He creates a fantastic, just kind of straightforward, like, he's just sharing with you his thoughts and his feelings on things. So definitely check out Aaron. He's just very genuine in his reviews. So good stuff, Aaron. Ed hit 50 subs. Congrats, man. I can tell you, Ed, the grind to 100 was long. Like, it was long. You'll be there in no time. So if y'all are on the stream and you're not subscribed to Ed, go check him out. Help him get to 100 here. The new YouTubers on subreddit, or on Reddit. That's interesting, Aaron. Man, if you have had success on Reddit, you're going to have to share that with me, because I have tried sharing other people's videos. Man, the video that on Front Page Tech about net neutrality, I shared that on Reddit in several forums, and I cannot get a like there, man. I cannot get any traction. I try going on to different tech forums and provide value, you know, where people may be having trouble with their smart home stuff, and ask a question. I'll jump in there and I'll you know, give them like really lengthy instructions on how to fix things. Man, I do anything I can to get traction on Reddit, and I just cannot get anywhere. So you can share the sauce, man. Let me know what you're doing on Reddit, because I would love to crack that nut. I have not been able to do so. I guess I'm just not cool enough, or I'm too old for Reddit, because I cannot get in there, man. Aaron, yes, I am 30. I am 1979, man. I am an old man for sure. The General, Viper. Viper's calling the El Jefe the General. El Jefe. Man, you got to check out Jeff, dude. If you're not checking out Jeff's channel, you need to get on that. So, greetings from Lebanon, Rakan Diab. Whoa, I grew up in Indiana near a town called Lebanon, but I think this is like Lebanon. So, man, thank you for being on the live stream. That's crazy that this is outside of the state of Michigan even. Thank you for being on, and I know you left me a couple comments on some of my videos, Rakan, so definitely appreciate you hopping on the live stream, man. Again, I'm doing any questions, so if anyone has any Q&A, we can talk about any topics. I've definitely kind of moved into a few different veins here, but by all means, let me know. Man, Aaron Wilhelm, you left a comment that was held for review. YouTube thinks you're shady, Aaron. I'm going to show it, though, because there's some good tips in there. Let's see. Roger, not intimidating on purpose. That's why you bought Lordship, right? You didn't want to be intimidating, so you bought Lordship in the UK. Yeah, I don't buy it. Let's see. So Aaron said that new tubers has a good number of rules, so you can't just go in and spam sub to me like a lot of people will do. A lot of guys will offer feedback, but you have to also help provide feedback for others. Again, Aaron, I don't know if you were on earlier, but we had, I talked a lot about feedback and how important that is. So, man, that is definitely a lot of work in terms of trying to jump on there to try and get some traction. But, man, if you've got the time and the effort, definitely adding value and providing feedback to others is critical, I think, to not only helping others, but getting that feedback back. So, definitely. Brandon White's on the live stream, and yes, Brandon, I am an old fart. Hello, Brandon. How are you today? Nice to see you. I was at the Detroit Tigers game with Brandon that I talked about. So, Brandon, there will be footage of that Tigers game going up on the Instagram channel at some point here, so you have to check me out there as well. Let's see. Aaron's going to be 30 this year. Aaron, man, you seem wise beyond your years to be turning 30 this year. That's for sure. And yeah, I bet it does feel good, Roger, to be a lord. Roger, Life in Tech says, it does feel good to be a lord, he has to admit. Man, how long do you have to live in the UK or have some form of citizenship to apply for lordship? Because I feel like this is like when I hit, 50, 60, something like that, I'm probably going to have to like go move to England just to try to get lordship. So, I mean, you're in the club, like when it comes to like the Beatles and like Lord Crispy, like that's a pretty exclusive club, I think. So I gotta figure that out. Yeah, so Rakan is in the Middle East, definitely a different continent for sure. Being in the Detroit area, we've got a lot of folks that I'm friends with that are from the Middle East, man. So definitely welcome. Glad to have you on the stream. International YouTuber Man of Mystery from Ed. Zach Talk Tech in the house. Mr. Creator of Awesomeness. Hey, man, you beat me to it. You know what I mean? So I know everybody knows Zach. Zach is always in the Front Page Tech live streams on Recycle Bin. I'm going to have to figure out how I can get to get one of those little moderator wrenches on some of y'all's live streams, because I need that level of status in the YouTube community. I need to be a moderator on somebody's live stream. So if y'all need a moderator, hit me up down below. I'll apply formally. So yeah, so Viper, Zach Talks Tech, Paul Grossclose doing a Recycle Bin substitute live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, half an hour. So Viper, I will absolutely wrap up in a half an hour and kick all y'all over there. Who's hosting that, Viper? Are you hosting that on the channel, or is Paul hosting that? That will be good, man. I will jump on there. As long as someone provides me with one of those little wrenches so I can be a moderator. I want to boot trolls, man. Like, give me the ability. I need the power to boot some trolls off the stream. So on Zach's channel. Gotcha. Get good reviews. Am I just using the Rode Micro for my audio, or am I also using software to boost it up again? Because I'm only using the Rode, it sounds really great. So fun fact, when you're doing a live stream with the Canon Rebel SL2, you got to use the HDMI, the little mini HDMI output, run it into the cam link from Elgato, and then plug that into your computer with USB. The downside there is that you get no audio output. So if I was using the Rode Micro, which I use for all of my normal YouTube videos, plugging it into the camera directly is how I normally do that. That audio won't come through because it only transfers video only from the HDMI cable. So in order to do that, you can't see it on camera here, but I've got a boom stand here. Just a little like a kick drum boom stand from Proline. If you go to any music store, they're gonna have these. They're just like a little desk boom stand. And then I've got a Sennheiser E935 microphone here, which is just a dynamic microphone. I do like this one a little bit better than the E35. I think it's a little bit more crisp. My voice tends to be pretty mid-rangey, so I feel like naturally this one scoops it out, which, you know, for live stream, there's not a whole lot that I'm doing as far as EQ. I'm just running this microphone with an XLR cable directly into a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and then running that into the computer as well. So again, the last live stream audio wasn't great. In OBS though, I've got a few effects added now, like no reverb, nothing like that, but just a little bit of compression as well as a limiter so I don't hopefully clip out the microphone. So again, asking for feedback. If the audio is not perfect, like let me know. I want to make it right this time. I know the video is a little choppy, so I can adjust that later. Yeah, Sean Campbell jumped on, said it's a little bit jittery. I think I've got a little bit going on with my OBS software right now, so I do apologize about the jittery software. But we'll be able to fix that on the next live stream for sure. So let's see. I saw another question in here. So Brandon White asks, 2-Minute Tech, the best gaming system and why? You know, I haven't played video games since I started my YouTube channel. Having a wife, having a kid, having a job, I definitely, every waking moment I kind of spend on YouTube as far as trying to create new content. So I do have a PS4, that's what I use. I would say that's my favorite or my preferred streaming or gaming system for now, mainly just because the guys that, this is embarrassing. I used to be in a band. The band's called Waltz for Venus. That's waltz like the dance, for Venus like the planet. It's an old Cowboy Bebop reference if there's any anime fans out there. We were kind of a nerdy rock band, but you can find this stuff out there if you search Waltz for Venus. Search that. Apple Music, it's out there. You can find it. But so when I was playing music with those guys, the rage was Halo. So like Xbox 360, we used to all live in the same house, and we had a really long living room. And in the living room, we had 2 couches back to back, and we had networked our Xboxes, and we played Halo non-stop. And so those same guys now, I play Destiny with. So the PS4 is my favorite gaming system simply because I can play live, and I can play something by Bungie that totally throws me back to my old Halo days with the same guys that I used to play music with. So I haven't done it in a long time, but PS4 is definitely there. Although I will say, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I would have already bought a Nintendo Switch. I do like sports games. I play a lot of Madden. I used to play Madden. One summer, I made like $4,000 or $5,000 playing Madden. I really enjoy playing Madden. But yeah, I mean, if Madden comes to the Switch, I will probably pick one of those up. But I am afraid of getting a Nintendo Switch because a lot of my downtime is spent prepping for these videos, and I don't want to take any time away from making videos. So, but PS4 would be my favorite system, Brandon. So thank you for the question. PC specs from Cheesy Boy. I'm assuming you're asking like what I'm using. I'm currently using a MacBook Pro. That is the newer version that has the 2 USB-C ports. Just the baseline model. It's the same one that I know Viper just got. You know, I haven't had any issues as far as anything power spec-wise. Creating videos on YouTube. Haven't had an issue. This one's definitely got enough horses in the engine to get it done. I think I mixed a metaphor there. I don't know. Larry Schwartz turning 65 next month. Man, thank you for joining the stream, Larry. Happy birthday. I'm on August 26th, so I'm not that far off. Let's see. Malako, send my curriculum to every single creator and someone will mod you. I don't know what that means, my curriculum. I do have a video out about my YouTube workflow, so if you check that out, that was when I was doing Veda Vlog Every Day April, which was crazy challenging to try to do a video every single day. And it was during, I believe, my wife's birthday, as well as we went on vacation to Florida. So I tried to put out a video every day in April around all of that. So I get into some batch processing, like how can you record multiple videos at a time. So if you see, I'll release a couple videos where I'm wearing maybe the same shirt. I pretty much shot most of that A-roll in one day. Like I'll shoot 3, 4, 5 videos in one sitting, and then just kind of edit and post those throughout the month. Let's see, 7:36. So again, y'all, 8 o'clock, I'll shut this thing down and we can all head over to Zach Talks Tech channel. Going to be an awesome live stream there in place of Recycle Bin. So we'll definitely check that out. Zach will have a link soon. Zach, post it here or like shoot it to me on Twitter or something and I'll post it for you if you can't for whatever reason. And Zach, gonna make me mod. Yes, making it happen. Yes, Viper, I want to kill trolls. Yo, I had the worst troll ever. I'd never really had some like trolls. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Gosh, Flood of Sins. Dude, he trolled me so hard. I mean, just like really personal attack comments. So I screenshotted it. I know, Zach, I think you've dealt with him before, or maybe Jeff has, but was definitely cool. I was like, man, I made it. I got like the meanest troll ever. Like, I'm finally a YouTuber. Like, it was good to get Flood in there for trolls. So that was good. Let's see. Cheesy Boy bought an SL2, man. Cheesy Boy, I have an entire playlist on my channel of SL2 tips. So I've got, if you check out the channel, one of my playlists is just Canon SL2 videos. I talk on there about what video settings, what lenses. I actually, the next video that I'm looking to drop here in the next few days, I pretty much shot all my footage for is how to maximize the autofocus settings on the SL2. You know, they've got that dual pixel autofocus as well as a few other modes. So I kind of go a little bit deeper. Kind of interesting. Like I've got a lot of traction on those SL2 videos on my channel, especially from India, which in the you know, in the United States it's the SL2, and you know, other parts of the country it's the Canon 200D. So I think there's a little bit of magic there in terms of some of my keyword search by going after that 200D tag. Has brought me a lot of traffic from India. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper on my SL2. I know it's not quite as like fun as cool tech product reviews, but you know, I've got the Osmo 2. I'll do a review on that as well coming up. So I'll still do some of that, but I do want to continue to try to add value to anyone that's trying to create content around maybe how I'm doing it or my thought processes or best practices around my camera or my gear. I want to be able to help other people get started as well. So definitely check that out if you haven't, Cheesy Boy. That camera is sick, man. I love it. So check out that playlist. I got a lot of value for you there, man. Yeah, and Aaron, let me know that it is choppy. Again, I've got something going on with my OBS here, where I think maybe my resolution's too high or something. I might have to kick that down. I don't think I can do it live, and I don't want to kick everybody off. So I apologize for the choppiness, y'all. I will fix it on the next one, faux show. And Cheesy Boy, thank you for congrats from 1K, man. I appreciate that. You know, the chat is going crazy. I'm having to scroll. Let's see. What is happening? Nintendo Switch because of Nintendo. Man, I mean, I remember the first time I ever saw an original NES. I still have my original NES. It's over there. I had like 50 games for it back in the day. But, man, I love my Nintendo. I think maybe my favorite Nintendo game. I never owned a 64, but I loved Mario Tennis. That like original Mario Tennis game. That and as well as all the Mario Party stuff, man. Just like killer memories. Like getting in a room with all your friends and playing Mario Party or Mario Tennis. I own Mario Tennis on N64. I never owned a 64 to play it on, but I crushed at Mario Tennis. So I saw it in a garage sale for $5. I was like, yo, I gotta buy that game. Like I own that game. I gotta buy it. So. Definitely, since then though, man, I think you know, Nintendo had a rough patch and I didn't follow through on a lot of it, but you know, they're definitely having a comeback. And there is El Jefe Reviews in the house. Jeff, I talked about you extensively earlier on and just how much I appreciate you and all the support that you provide to the community. Man, I will post this up later. You can rehash that. I don't want to rehash it with everybody here, but Jeff, you are the man. And dude, good things coming your way, man. I appreciate you so much. So thank you, Jeff. Let's see. Zach cannot link the show. Dude, Zach Talks Tech is having a live stream in place of Recycle Bin. So Paul Grossclose is going to be on there. Vipe's going to be on there. Zach's going to be on there. It's going to be on his channel. Can't post the link. He's going to DM me on Twitter. So I better log into my Twitter app here, which I am totally Team Tweetbot. Y'all can fight me on that. I've been trying. I know we've got like a little group message thread happening in the Twitter app that I can't see on Tweetbot. Man, I cannot do this crazy Twitter is going to surface whatever it thinks I want to see. I am a chronological order man. Like, I got to have my tweets in a row to be able to catch up on that. So I know Zach is DMing me and inviting me to join as well, which is pretty cool. I can check out if I can do that. But I've got the DM open, Zach. So if you shoot me that link, man, it's not coming through here yet, but I will post that in the notes down here on the live stream so everyone can check that out. We'll be wrapping up here in about 18 minutes to be able to kick some traffic over your way. Man, again, y'all, thanks for joining, man. This is crazy. It's been a crazy day on YouTube for 2 Minute Tech, man. I tell you. Viper talking about flood. Yeah, known troll for sure. Zach asking if I can join the show. Zach, I think I might be able to, man. I got to check with the family. It's about bedtime for my kids. My wife is being a saint and affording me a little extra time down here. But I think I might be able to hop on, man. So if you let me know, I'll see what I can do. I'm definitely gonna have to get a drink. I know, Viper, I see you with like the major stack water thing going on, or whatever you're drinking on during your live streams. It is real. It is real. All right, so I got a link from Zach here. I'm going to pop that open. So y'all check the chat here down below. I am going to link the live stream coming up on Zach Talks Tech. And man, I don't know why I have the hardest time saying that sometimes. I just stutter over my words, so I apologize for that, Zach. But as soon as this loads, I will share that down in the chat below, and we can all go hang out over there. And man, y'all, I mean, these are some killer creators. You know, we got Zach on there. I think everybody that's here has probably got to be subscribed to most of these folks. But Zach, really just, I think your kind of niche or your thing that you go for there is, you know, coming over and just talking about gear or tech or phones or whatever as if you were just chatting with a friend, and you totally facilitate that vibe, man. So that's kind of Zach's thing. I know Paul, man, we've been talking a lot, Paul, about your niche. I don't know what your niche is, man. I just know that every time you drop a video, I love it. So I think it's like, some of it's like almost self-help. Some of it's almost vlog style. Some of it's tech related. Some of it's mainly YouTube related. But man, I don't think I've ever seen anything from you that I haven't thoroughly enjoyed. So Paul's niche is Paul, I think. And then Viper. Man, Viper is, and I think this is how Viper and I eventually got connected early on, is that Viper is literally like a pro wrestler that does tech reviews. I mean, I think Viper, I think you got your name kind of from the WWE, but dude, I think the first thing I was like, Viper, you were like, if The Rock had a YouTube channel about phones, like, it's Viper. So yeah, man, that's kind of the deal there. And hey, my wife jumped on, so hey, honey, my wife's on the live stream. I've talked quite a bit about you, so hey, babe. I'm going to link down here right now in the chat. This is the link to the live stream coming up at 8 Eastern. That's going to be on Zach Talks Tech channel. Viper, Paul, and myself may be able to jump on there as well. So Malako in the chat is telling me to switch to OBS Studio by Streamlabs. Man, I had the same thing as well from somebody saying to switch to that recently too. That was definitely something I need to take of. All right, y'all. I'm seeing some major some glitchiness here from the video here. I can actually see in the background. This is super choppy, y'all, so I apologize. I think at that, man, it's 7:45 now. I'm gonna cut it. Man, I really do appreciate all y'all jumping on. I appreciate John and FT, you know, Front Page Tech, the whole crew, Brian, man, Creator Awesomeness. I really, like, I can't thank you enough for what you brought to my channel today, what you brought to my channel through, you know, Twitter and all the videos that you shared and all the advice you shared. Man, it means a lot to this community to have you be a part of it and looking out for us there, Big Poppy. So appreciate you. And yeah, Sharissa's my wife. Viper, why are you asking me about my wife on the live stream, man? What's going on there? Sharissa, you got some splaining to do. But hey, y'all, thank you for joining the stream. I will do another stream here in a couple weeks, man, and I will make sure this video is not looking this way. You'll see some Streamlabs action, and we'll tighten it up for sure. Dapper Dop again, thanks you for jumping on the stream, man. Thank you all for joining, man, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being there. So, hey, thanks everybody. Jump on Zach Talks Tech live stream here in about 15 minutes, and I'll see you all over there. All right, thanks.